Good morning, everyone. Hi, hello, I'm Sola. Welcome to my stream, and I hope you enjoy your time here. So, yeah, I am streaming a bit, well, a bit early, and I've been streaming early since 2 days ago, so yeah. Yeah, as it turns out, after trying out streaming different time, turns out at this point, this time is works best for me. So yeah, the good news is this means I can I have more time and energy to catch up to other stream as well. Anyway. Today we're going to play Autumn's Journey, and we're going to continue from chapter 4 if I am not mistaken. So let's I think the last time we just brought home our dragon friends to our hometown, and now we'll be taking them to nearby town, city, I think, along with a merchant, and also we're going to be a knight apparently. I'm just trying to recall what happened before. Feels like a long time ago for some reason. Alright, it's because I have to cancel last week's stream because I wasn't feeling well. Yeah, so let's try to load and hope it's working. Okay. To Oliver. Oliver is the name of the town, I think. Okay. And this is our protagonist, Auralie. I actually, for a moment there, I forgot what was the name of the protagonist. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Auralie. Map, rations, yep, I think that's everything. Hold on a second. My game is not oh no. Okay. Wait. I want to display this on full screen. One moment. Oh, okay, that's what happened. If I go full screen, never mind. Never mind. And it's gone. I'm sorry. Is it just me, or every time I try to stream, it's like scuffy? I mean, I know. I think none of my stream are perfect, but the last several days is extra scuffy. And now it's gone, what the heck? One moment. Ayo. Okay. There you go. Sorry. Now I remember why I don't put this in full screen. It just doesn't work with my screen layout at this point. I'm sorry. Let's continue for real. Map, rations, yep, I think that's everything. Satisfied with my packing, I hurried down the stairs just as Mom was rereading the letter of recommendation she'd finished. Yeah, Auralie here wants to be a knight, and she has been waiting for her mom. Her mom is a knight to give her letter of recommendation. Aura, all prepared?
Right.
I sure am. How's the letter? I just show it to the Argent Valer Guild, right? I don't know if it's Valer, the E is silent, or Valere. I don't know. I think I'm going with the Valer, I think. It's already hard enough for me to pronounce Ker's name. Anyway, the Argent Valer Guild was one of the most prestigious orders in Ishtera. It consisted of knights who served the Sun and Moon Council, but also did non-military work. Oliver was the central hub for all their activity. Mom had been part of the guild all her life, so her name was well known among the younger generation of knights. Okay. Right. As long as a former knight recommends you, it shouldn't be hard to earn a rank. Hopefully they didn't change any of the requirement. Excited, I snatch up the letter and read the beginning. I, Lady Andrine Bayard, former captain of the guard, third Coppolier of the 3rd Cavalry Line of— oh my goodness. A lot of those words I cannot pronounce well, I'm sorry. Mom, your titles and credentials are longer than the actual recommendation. Isn't that good though? Meaning like, your mom is someone they trust, right? Like, she has so many titles and stuff, meaning she did a lot of things. But I guess it helps since I've been trained under you. I returned the letter so she could officially seal it, then promptly tuck it into my bag, making sure it wouldn't get crinkled. The merchant venture's carriage should be ready. They already know the escort arrangements, and your father is making sure your friends don't get into too much trouble. Thank you, Dad. I'm aware my friends are like, not aware of, well, mortal civilizations. I'm sure it'll be fine. Anyway, let's get going. You're gonna see your daughter off on her grand adventure after all. I eagerly rush out the door, not wanting to make the others wait any longer. Wait, Aura? Yes? Well, originally I was going to cancel the whole arrangement. Why? I mean, yeah, sure, you just decided like last night, after like many years of me begging for you to do this, but why? The merchant was rather vague about the contents he was carrying. I usually like to confirm everything with my own eyes, since it's not just for their safety, but also mine and that of any other escorts. Yeah, makes sense, like, you don't want to be caught, like, working with, you know, someone who sell illegal stuff. That sort of thing happen. I doubt the package will contain monsters or anything sinister. Are you sure you're not overreacting? I mean, this is your daughter getting involved. Maybe that's exactly why she's wary of this. Oh, really? He paused and mulled over my suggestion carefully. True, it may just be my overprotectiveness. This is the first time my daughter will go off on her own after all. Nah, it's okay. You're a good mom, Lady Bayard. At least in my opinion, you are. She nodded mostly to herself and I accepted her agreement. Right. Thanks for organizing everything. Now come on! One moment, I need to... I've been spending my time in front of my desk all day, so... I haven't stretched properly. Okay, I tried, but turns out it's not enough. As expected, Dad, Kerr, and Ilmari is our dragon friends, were at the edge of Berry, with the carriage stationary on the main road. Hello! Kerr paced around while Ilmari chatted happily with my dad. The coachman waved to acknowledge us, and I approached the open window of the vehicle. Okay, I still cannot pronounce that word, I'm sorry. Is it vehicle or vehicle? English word is hard. Because how you pronounce the letter I and how I pronounce it is very different. I mean, anyway, a middle-aged man sat amongst the silks and pillows, which suggests I was protecting a wealthy merchant. Mr. Ormond, was it? I'm Auralie, and my companions and I will be escorting you to Oliver. I'm not sure where this name is, like, the thing is, like, this is like, their names is usually based on, like, certain region, right? And, like, sometimes they have very different pronunciations. Sometimes it makes me very flustered, trying to pronounce things. But here I am, playing all story-based games. I assure you, you were trained, and you'll get there unharmed. The others are well versed in magic. Well, that is true. I was pretty confident about that assumption, at least. He nodded, and I was unsure if he was nervous or just reserved. Thank you. Shall we set off straight away? Ah, of course, it's no problem. I glanced down and saw an ornate box. It was long and narrow, and I tried to fathom what was so important that they needed to hire protection. Maybe it was a sword. Well, I hope that's the case. Maybe some sort of magic item. Can mortals? What do they call mortals in this world? I forgot already. Can mortals use magic in this universe? I forgot. I wanted to ask about the contents, but decided against it. My priority was getting to Oliver, and the quicker the better. I made a mental apology to my mother, rationalizing she was worrying over nothing.
Let's do this.
Alright, seems everything is ready. We're moving out. I energetically motioned to the others, then exchanged hugs with my parents. I promise I won't be gone for too long. I'll definitely be back in time for the harvest. Oh man. As we departed, my mom cupped her hands around her mouth. And remember, be sure to check every barrel, crate, and chest in town. The residents don't mind if you find something useful. Is this like RPG game? Okay. Mom, I'm pretty sure that's stealing. What's next? I have to break all the pots? I don't want to do that. That is not nice, actually. Speaking of which, teach your companions the concept of pay. We don't want them accidentally pilfering apples or the like. That sounds familiar, actually. Oh gosh, that's right. I didn't even think about that. Pay? Just don't take stuff, especially if it seems like it belongs to other people. But your mom just said... don't mind what she said. And Kerr, you're too far ahead! Get back here! Not a professional start, thanks, Kerr. The merchant probably heard that they didn't understand pay either. Thank you, family! One moment. I hope everyone have a... Then don't forget to stay hydrated. I kept reminding people to stay hydrated, and every time I fumble with the words. Amazing. Yeah. If you haven't drank for a bit, like maybe get yourself some water or nice tea. Or whatever you want, actually. And don't forget to stretch. Okay. We hadn't even left the village, and already my mind was swarming with worrisome thoughts about the journey. You know, you can just say that your companion come from faraway land or something. I don't know. Maybe that is also, like, suspicious. No, just focus on the mission. It will run smoothly, and everything will be fine once we reach Oliver. I reached into the bag and touched the letter for comfort, making sure it was still there. Feeling my confidence returning, I straightened my back and gazed boldly beyond the road. Finally, my dreams will come to fruition. Oh man. Sorry. The journey so far had gone off without a hitch. We were passing through a rockier area, with the forest pressing against us on both sides of the road. There was still much greenery, but some trees already showed the early signs of autumn with yellowed leaves. Because this is Autumn's journey. Hi. Ilmari and I were ahead of the two-horse carriage, while Kerr was content with shadowing the transportation. History and politics were never my forte, and my brain strained to answer Ilmari's endless question. One moment. Don't surprise me like that. Sorry. History and politics were never my forte, and my brain strained to answer Ilmari's endless questions. But I will perk up if they had anything to do with knights. I thought becoming a knight, you kinda have to know about politics and stuff. Maybe it's just me. I'm not a knight. Unfortunately, this wasn't one of those times.
I have a question.
Okay. So, this council, each town has a representative, and they come together in Oliver to help govern. Pretty much. They do things like build bridges, schools, and improve the agriculture. We have a similar system between the wise dragons. They use their knowledge of the past to help shape our future. Hey Maori, no, that's Ilmari. Maori, oh okay. Hey Maori, have you been picking up activity for the past hour or so? Ilmari, and yes, I have. But I wasn't sure if it should be brought up at all. Activity? Are we being followed? The two exchanged glances, with Ilmari appearing more apologetic than Kerr. One moment. Going to okay. That's probably nicer. You okay?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I should have said something. Yeah, that's okay. You just don't want me to worry, I think. I wish I had your hearing abilities, but still, I feel so inattentive. I surveyed the forest, noting any jutting cliff sides if we were to be ambushed. How many? I don't know. 5 or 6? Do you think these followers have a malicious agenda? I didn't think Heavenkind would be the hostile type. Oh, that's what they call us, Heavenkind. I see. I'm sorry, we can be hostile. Well, I wish I could say everything was peaceful, but disputes and fights still arise. There's always exceptions. Dragonkind are generally harmonious, but clashes still occur. Especially when dominant young males are expanding their territories, and they happen to overlap. It can get quite intense and scary. Not speaking from experience or anything like that. Just like, you know. Of course not. I never assumed.
Annoying.
Bah, weak. Okay. Wait. He stared hard at Ilmari and then his eyes widened in recognition. We have met! Okay. Kerr let out a boisterous laugh, clearly amused by the whole situation. Sorry about that, territorial instinct. That lake had the nice beach! Okay. I step between them before any more tension could arise.
Stay focused.
Can we save the border debate for another time? Right now we have to focus on the people pursuing us. I wish you told me sooner, but at least now we can anticipate any attacks. Let's keep it from the coachman and our client. We'll feign ignorance in the meantime and hope nothing bad will come out of this. I'd rather avoid the battle if possible. Realizing we'd been standing around, we resume our march. As I adjusted the bag strap over my shoulder, I glanced discreetly into the woods. Kerr? Ilmari? What is your fighting experience? He could probably take them out in dragon form. This body! Yeah, I get that. Ilmari shook his head resolutely.
I'd rather not.
I'm not doing anything like that. Moreover, I'm an Urius. I wouldn't do well on land. Alright, you're a water dragon. I know some magic, but I can be a good support.
Bring it.
I'll be fine fighting directly. Okay, of course.
Right.
At least you can walk without any problems now. And I have my sword along with some focusing techniques. At least we were balanced enough, and my focusing technique will help me fight in optimal condition. Ilmari's ear perked up and he shifted nervously where Kerr grit his teeth. One moment. Let me adjust my position a bit. Sure. They're moving swiftly. They're probably planning to launch an assault once we advance a little farther. I think they're positioning themselves by that outcrop. When we get there.
Let's do this.
Alright. They think they have the element of surprise. Prepare yourself. Yourself, sorry. Sounds like there's more than 5 now. Oh no. Can we actually fix this? Just 3 of us? Like, You know, if this is like your RPG game, we are only like, what, level 3? At the moment I'm having iced milk tea. It's just the instant stuff, but it's nice. I could feel my stomach lurch as we neared the destination, and I already had my hand on my sword hilt. Calm down. Calm down. A knight wouldn't be afraid. I gulped and then shutted myself mentally, shaking those thoughts from my head. I reminded myself that I was not a coward. I mentally concentrated on a spell that helped refresh and restore some vigor to my body. It would increase my strength temporarily. Also, you can do magic. Okay. That is good to hear, actually. Once the outcrop loomed over us, there was a moment of uneasy stillness before a swift wind swept through the trees. Oh yeah. Okay, we're in trouble. Muscle-bound man landed directly on top of the carriage, shaking it violently and causing the horses to rear up. The coachman tried to settle them down as the attacker leaped off the vehicle, unsheathing his sword. I'll just call it carriage. I dashed over and directed his attention to me before he could rip off the door. Our weapon clashed, and I clenched my teeth as I successfully pushed him away from the carriage. I heard the scuffling of feet as more men emerged from the forest, and my heart plummeted. We were outnumbered nearly 3-1. Not only that, all of the attackers seemed too organized to be a mere bandit group. My opponent's sword fighting was refined, and their outfits too proper. Not to mention that they had followed us for some time, according to Kerr and Ilmari. Take that! I dodged one of his slashes and knocked him out with the blunt side of my sword. I did not want to resort to taking a life if I could help it. I saw Kerr lunge forward and awkwardly slap one of the guy's faces, like he was in a cat fight. It looked painful, but it was not an effective strategy. Klaus! He's used to battling with Klaus! I tried to approach Kerr but was stopped by another foe. I parried just in time but could feel the axe whistling past my arm. Kerr, punch them! Make a fist! What? The X-Men swung again. I ducked and then charged forward, bringing up my left hand. Do these two ever fight someone with a weapon? Like, I understand that they hunt for food, but like, mere mortals with weapons is a bit different. Like this! My fist struck my opponent's cheek, causing him to stumble back. Pain shot through my arm, and it took all my effort not to drop my sword and cradle my poor hand. Like that! Right. Okay. Nice. Kerr delivered a hardy punch. This time it sent his opponent flying. He glanced at his face in bafflement and smirked. Not bad. I could get used to this. Yeah, we don't have Klaus, unfortunately. As Kerr jumped into the fray, I heard Ilmari apologizing loudly. A burst of water streamed forth from his hand, toppling someone who tried to run up to him. 4 down, 4 to go. There's a lot of bandits, actually. A few men that had gotten them back up were now second-guessing themselves, while the more stubborn ones tried around too. As I was engaged in another sword fight, I stepped back and felt my shoulder bump into someone. Oh, this is so cool! Look at that! I'm going to use that as a thumbnail. Maybe. I glanced up in the heat of battle and spotted Kerr, who looked down at me. The heat of battle, that reminds me. I assure you the spell won't wear off for my clothes. It's just that I don't want to glance back during, I don't know, the heat of battle and catch you start naked. For some reason, web captioner don't refuse to say naked. Oh, there you go. It can. Okay. Let's go back to the battle. Before we could stop ourselves, we burst out laughing, confusing the challengers that surrounded us. Why are you two laughing? Help me! Ilmari retreated to the other side of the carriage and he struggled to conjure a spell. Kerr, still chuckling, knocked another man out and darted around the carriage, while I was locked with the second to last foe standing. I riposted, but he blocked my sword. I retaliated with a swift kick to the stomach and he stumbled back. His eyes darted over his fallen comrades as he slowly backed away. Yeah, back off! We have dragons here! I pointed my sword at him and he hastily disappeared into the forest, leaving his partners behind. Good! Perfect timing since I felt my focus spell wear off. Coward! A high-pitched scream came from the carriage, and I saw that the door was open. One of the armed men was escaping with the box. Oh man. Ah, I see what's happening here. Oh man. No!
Bring it.
Not while I'm around! Yeah! He slammed the ground with his fist, causing the whole place to shake. Knelt down, covering my head as my sword clattered harmlessly onto the soil. My knees felt like they're liquefied and I had to use one hand to support myself. Remind me to put warning there. For the archive, I mean. I couldn't move, and its shock only reinforced my terror. Are we going to shake again?
Please
No, okay.
stop.
Kurt seized this at once. So, did Ilmari notice I was scared? The man tripped from the jolts and the box flew out of his grip. It hit the rocky terrain with a crash, causing the latch to open. I forced myself to stand up, but I was unnerved from the tremors. Every step felt wobbly. Kurt focused on the almost thief, who also disappeared into the woods. Almost thief, okay. By the time I got to the fallen objects, Ilmari was already scooping the items back into their cover. I saw a few feathers sticking out. Perplexed by the wares, I reached out for the box, but Ilmari slammed it shut, his face pale. You okay, buddy? Ilmari? Whew, close it. It would have been unfortunate if it got damaged. What did you see? Tell me. It was intact?
Of course.
Yes, nothing appears broken. Kurt chased off the remaining conscious opponents, and I carefully stepped around the supine ones. A few groans were emitted, but they probably wouldn't be up for a while. Ilmari handed the box to me as if he was eager to get rid of it.
Thanks.
Ah, thanks. I'll return this to Mr. Ormond. I'll approach the carriage and place the box on the seat. The frightened merchant glanced up warily. We chafed them off, whoever they are. Where? He clutched the coffer, cradling it on his lap. Did you see what was inside? No, but I'm sure the contents are safe. What is this? I closed the door and promptly waved at the coachman to resume driving. I sheathed my sword and dropped my throbbing left hand, regretting my rash display before. A moment, let me adjust my position a bit. I was working with something earlier, so like my my desk arrangement is a bit off. And nice, much better. Where were we? Then again, it wasn't like I had time to explain a punch, and Kirk caught on quickly. As we walked, I could feel the adrenaline rush leave me and fatigue creep up. I didn't think I'd do something like that so soon. I looked up to gauge the boys' expression to see how they were faring. Kerr was positively beaming, every strut scream of his triumph. Ilmari had become oddly quiet and he appeared lost in thought. What is this? I feel like if I feel like checking on Ilmari makes more sense, but I feel like this means I'm going to get Ilmari ending. The thing is, like, I'm okay. I'll just say it now. I'm going on this kinda blindly, so I don't intend to like try to get all the endings or some sort. Especially because I played this before. I don't remember, and I only remember very little about this. So like, I hope that's okay. Ilmari still ruminated, and I paused until he caught up. Are you okay? You haven't looked well since the fight. Is it something you're not used to? It's not that, He fidgeted and rubbed his upper arm as he contemplated something. You can talk to me, if you want to. It's just, oh really, do you know what the merchant is carrying with him? No, I don't. I admit I should have asked, but I was too focused on getting to Oliver. I think it's a difficult matter in a way that, like you kinda. I think it's important to know what you're dealing with in case, like, because you don't want to like accidentally like involve in something illegal, say, right? And like, but at the same time, like you kinda have to like respect your client's privacy as well. It's a very finicky thing. And maybe that's why packages nowadays like usually like tell what's inside and like around how much it costs and stuff. One moment. So you don't know? No. Is it anything? Is it something that I need to know? The dark cloud of ambivalence that clung to him vanished instantly, and he sighed in relief.
Of course.
Ah, I see. Okay, you're not telling me then. Ilmari? What is it? And don't say it's nothing. When people say it's nothing, that usually means it's something. I look at him beseechingly, and he squirmed under my stare. I could tell he wrestled with his answer. Alright. There is something nagging at me, but I don't want to be jumping to conclusions at this point.
I'm sorry.
Can I think about it and tell you later? I don't want to hide things, but I don't want to openly speculate unless I'm certain. Is that acceptable? Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
It is. Thanks for not being completely evasive. Okay. But I do want to be told eventually. Should I demand to see what's inside the box? Is it a good thing though? Let's just focus on the task at hand. Thing is, like, Aurali here is like, she's trying to be a knight. But like, if she's somehow proven involved in like some kind of illegal trades, even though like she's just, you know, she's just escorting these people, like that can get her in trouble, right? Ah, you're right. You were ordered to supervise Kerr. We shouldn't sidetrack. Okay. Then let's get this carriage safely to Oliver and get paid. Pay! Money that is given for goods received, service provided, or work done. Good. You sure learn quickly. And for a while I was worried.
I promise.
I promise I won't be trouble. I want to be useful.
Thanks.
Thanks, Ilmari. Ilmari is so nice. I leaned in and lowered my voice to a whisper. There's no one else around. Oh, sorry. I don't know if my whispering actually can get caught in with this. There's no one else following us now, right? You know what? I'll just read it like usual. There's no one else following us now, right? We're safe. I'll be sure to tell you from now on if I hear something out of the ordinary. Phew, then onward it is. In a few days we will arrive in Oliver. I adjusted my bag and thought about the letter, eager to reach the guild. Save your energy, girl. You just got attacked. Chapter 5. I wanna be a knight. Ish. And before we continue, maybe this is a good time for posture check. I'm going to, do some stretching. If I do stretches like that, can you actually hear the sound of my joints cracking? Okay, posture check done. Let's continue. Halt! Station business. Cargo delivery for merchant ventures. I half expected some questioning, but the name carried enough weight that the guard simply nodded and ordered the gate to be raised. Interesting. While that happened, I approached the client, who gave me a small pouch of coins. As per our agreement. I grinned and accepted the payment, resisting the urge to check. Was it rude if you counted the money in front of a client? I cannot answer this because, it's different depending where you're from. The heaviness seems appropriate as my fingers grip the bag. Thank you, and I'm glad you arrived safely. Take care. The thing is, if they're well known, the mere mention, actually the guard is oh yeah, we can trust you. If they try to do weird stuff, that will do damage to their reputation, right? But at the same time, I know if they have influence big enough, it's also make it easier to pull weird shit. As the carriage rolled away, I noticed Kerr and Ilmari standing around gawking at the thick city walls. Well, shall we get going? They broke out of their trance. Ilmari's eyes shone radiantly, while Kerr tried to hide his stupefaction. Yeah! I imagine mortal city, bigger cities is probably looks extraordinary from their point of view. Please try to stay with me, no wandering off. Especially you, Ilmari. I tucked the pouch into my belt and then quietly followed, soaking in the sight as we entered the city. We strolled easily through the wide streets, which bustled with many cars and carriages passing by. Eventually the crowd thickened, forcing us to slow down. Sorry. I saw the two dragons getting a few curious stares, but everyone seemed to be too busy with their own schedules to pay real attention. No, those were no more than passing glances. If it was more unusual, I'm sure people would have stopped and commented. It was then I spotted one person with ears similar to Kerr's. So it was true that there were more dragonkind there. Interesting. So this is a common thing to happen. Well, that only occasionally happened where I'm from. At the plaza, there was a large platform with carnival feats on display. A fire eater launched a flame, and the crowd out and applauded accordingly. Wait, I didn't know Heavenkind could breathe fire! What is this trickery? How does this work? Can anyone learn it? Yes, and Lucian? It only appears like that because he extinguished it at the right time. Come on, this way! As we zigzag, Ilmari abruptly stopped and I nearly bumped into him. Ilmari, you okay? Oh man. He had found a glass-blowing shop with an open front, and one of the artists was molding a transparent blue bubble through a blow tube. Suspended all around the store were glass-blown ornaments. Below, rainbow faces sparkled in the sunlight.
That is so amazing.
That's phenomenal! How are they able to create something so beautiful? There's so many colors! He took a step forward, but I quickly pulled on his braid. Then on Kerr's hair because he was dawdling toward a pastry shop. Amazing. It's like babysitting giant babies. We'll never get to the Argent Valer Guild at this rate. Come on! What I wanna see! They have apple tarts, Mom! We can check the glass shop later. And Kerr, you'll get cavities if you keep eating those. Enough dilly-dallying. We have somewhere to go. And I want to get there now. Give them a break, Aurelie. And maybe you have fun as well. Come on. I released them both after they promised that they wouldn't run off, and made sure they stayed close. Fortunately, the guild was located in a quieter part of town, between the church and public gardens. Carl looks quizzically up at the headquarters, which proudly displayed an embossed sign.
The hell?
This doesn't look like an altar! Oh, sorry. Sorry. This is just a small side trip, I promise. I clapped my hand together and gave a little bow, closing one eye. Something I really need to do first. I'd love to have you come in with me, but I probably don't allow just anyone. So you can too please not wander off? I'll treat you to all of the glass shops and apple tarts you want after.
I promise.
Well, that's easy. Yeah. I sighed, but was relieved that at least one of them was obedient. Besides, even if there are dragonkind here, you might attract too much attention. I won't be there to protect you if something bad happens. Oh, don't worry about us. We'll be over there. He pointed to the garden, which consisted of shady trees and benches scattered around pretty flower beds. Thank you. Okay. I fished out the letter and entered the building. Inside, everything seemed more normal than I had anticipated. It reminded me of the lobby of an inn or shop. There was a large board with various scribbled reports pinned to the cord. A few knights with authentic-looking badges walked by, giving me only a passing glance. I approached who I assumed was the receptionist. This is the Argent Valer headquarters, right? Right. I have a letter advocating me for the title of knight. Do you simply join if you fulfill some requirement, or how does this work? First, what academy did you graduate from? I was homeschooled? She shook her head and I started to get anxious. I pushed the letter onto the counter. At least read this. Lady Bayard? Lady Bayard? Yes, I'm her daughter. She personally trained me so I could officially join the Knights and serve under the Sun and Moon Council. She ripped open the letter and read it eagerly, like it was addressed to a fan from an admired celebrity. Her eyes darted down and she looked up with a peculiar expression. What is that supposed to mean? Her credentials and titles are longer than... I know. You must have lots of potential if you're Bayard's daughter. Sadly, we no longer accept people who solely train under one person. Well, I guess, you know, there are changes happening.
What? No.
She flashed an apologetic smile. Sorry. So sorry, but rules are rules, and as much as I admire your mother, your protocols have been recently implemented, and they are to be followed. If you want, I could look for openings in the Oliver Knight Acad. Her voice droned on, but I could no longer register anything. I could only stand there numbly and nod. All my training for nothing? This couldn't be.
Are you okay?
Aurelie, are you okay? I wasn't sure what happened, but I had somehow managed to make my way to one of the benches outside. I was curled up with my head nestled in my knees, not responding to any of Ilmari's concern. Ilmari is such a good I want to say baby, but he's such a baby. He baby. So did it work out? Well, honestly, Care is also baby in a very different way, but yeah. Care? What? I'm just asking if it worked out. Obviously not. Embarrassed and teary-eyed, I glanced up to see what the other two were doing. Mari hovered around me fretfully, like he was trying to figure out how to shoo a spider out of the kitchen. Kerr, on the other hand, gave me a stern look that said he'd relegated me to the status of dirt under his shoe. Okay. And I didn't care. It's over. All over. What does one do to reassure a heavenkind? They usually take him or her out of the pub so they can drown in their sorrows. What's a pub?
What?
Is it a type of lake? I don't want anyone to drown. Okay. My chest and shoulders shuddered from a half hiccup up and laughed. Oh no, so... I sat up and wiped my eyes.
Thanks.
I'm fine. It'll take a while to recover, that's all.
Annoying.
As long as you can take me to the next altar, I'm good. Okay. I scolded and shot up, staring him in the eye. I wanted to become a knight so I could help you better!
I don't care.
I still have no idea what those are, and I don't care. Don't care? You've already delayed us enough with your fiasco. And you're the one who kept telling us not to wander off. Hey, wrongs for brain. A precious little girl's dream just sort of shattered into a million pieces here. Excuse me if I don't feel like... Guiding you to the next altar right now? This is pathetic. I bet I could find someone else better who would be... more willing to... Quiet, both of you! There was a ferocious snarl at the end of Ilmari's outburst, and we immediately stopped arguing. Good boy. I blinked blankly, then sat back down on the bench, surprised that Ilmari could express such ire if he desired. Yeah, usually, like, your kindest friend who are nicest, usually when they're angry, do not mess. Just do not mess. If you have a really nice and kind friend who you think like very friendly and gentle and stuff, you don't mess with them. Period. The flare vanished and soon he was his usual calm self, but with a considerate, yet stern edge to his voice. This obviously isn't getting us anywhere. Aurali, I know this meant a lot to you, but we also can't forget the original reason for being here. Care? Ease off. Let's not fight, especially when we'll be working together to get your form back. He softened and leaned in so he was on eye level with me. Aurali? You can still help, knight or not. It's only a title, right? You've already done so much for us. You're like a knight already. For some reason that caused me to smile. I chuckled lightly as his attempt to cheer me up. Yeah, that can still help. I stood up. You can be cool sometimes, Ilmari. And mature. He pouted and folded his arms. I'm pretty sure I'm the oldest here. Kara and I exchanged surprised glances. Sahad definitely pegged Ilmari as the baby of the group. And I do too, honestly. We both feel like we can talk in an amicable manner again. Honestly, you two are babies. You're all babies! In a good way. I nodded. After a moment's hesitation, Kerr shrugged but didn't fight back. Oh, I forgot the letter. Although I don't see the point in going back for it now. Maybe I should have listened to the alternatives. It wasn't like I was getting completely rejected. It's my fault for relying too much on my mom's name anyway. At that moment, someone ran up to us, clutching the letter. He carried an air of formality, and I instantly recognized his uniform rank as captain of the guard. I gasped, but quickly regained my composure. Excuse me, but is this your letter? Yes, how do you know? When I asked the receptionist about this, she said the young lady took it rather hard when she didn't get accepted. Although I could not see Ilmari and Kurt's reaction, I had the feeling they promptly agreed with that remark. Did he witness the bench scene from earlier? Being reminded of my rejection was enough to get me on the verge of tears again, but I nodded, and I tried to regain some dignity.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yes, I'm sorry for not knowing about the new regulation. He shook his head. I was never a stickler for those changes. I find them too limiting. Why, back in my day. And he trailed off and coughed. However, I can't just However, I can't just knight anyone. If you possess the same skill and potential as a student of the Oliver Knight Academy, I could possibly make an exception here. I felt my heart stop as I tried to prevent a squeal of excitement. However, even if you're Lady Bayard's daughter, I am not going easy on you. You will still need to take her test, and I'm pressed for time. Would you prefer a test of sword kills or a written Sword! He glanced at me in bafflement but smiled. Just like your mother. I work under her for years. If she knew about the new guidelines, she'd probably leave it. He gestured to the headquarters. Then, if you're ready. I glanced back at Ilmari and Kerr, resisting the urge to jump. I'll be back soon! Please wait here. Oi! They were just like sitting there like, can we go now? Can we go now? Well, that was a serendipitous event. I'm glad things worked out in the end. Are you kidding? Everyone entering and exiting the building saw her embarrassing display. Not surprised someone decided to see why there was a girl dissolving into the bench for all her tears. One track mind, that girl. Yeah. I miss you. I hope she comes back soon, though. She did promise to take me to the glittering shop. What's a cavity anyway? Do dragons never have that sort of problem?
Look,
Surely, I mean, they have teeth, right? They have teeth, Oh well. By the way, Ilmari. Ah! That's what I said. Ilmari.
of course.
Ah, you're right.
Thanks.
About earlier, you fought rather competently. That surprised me. Never thought my spells would come in handy that way. I'm glad it worked out.
I have a question.
Why did you and Arlie burst out laughing anyway? I admit it was a rather interesting scare tactic, but I don't think that was its intention. No, it's not. It was nothing, of course. I'm curious. Nothing important. I think I really need to, I don't know, stretch a bit more. Goodness. My back feels, yeah. I'm sorry, my age is showing. Hey, you too! Did that work out? I mustered a small smile and rubbed the back of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not a sad like, but not all was lost. Basically, he was impressed, but he can't give me the rank without more proof. I'll be helping out at the Argent Valer Guild as a knight in training. That is good. That is good, actually. Isn't that nice? Meaning, you're going to learn even more. And the moment that the time is well, the time is the time you're ready, you already learn. You're even better, you know. Sorry, I cannot words today. I can do quests and little tasks, but I can't be included in any major orders. They said to compare it to the final year at their academy. Didn't exactly get that command, as I had never been enrolled before, but I guess that meant I could consider myself close to graduating. Explaining the situation solidified some of my confidence.
We did it!
I even get a little badge! The Marie Claire worker smiled very briefly. So, we can go to the next altar? Yes, Kerr. However, it's getting late, so things will have to be postponed. But I still intend to keep my promise. I'll take you to the altar first thing in the morning, and then I'll show you the marketplace. I'm happy with that arrangement. That works. Oh, I even got my own lodging, like a real knight. What about these two though? I can't let unauthorized people in with me. I could find an inn for you both, and an inn? Where you can sleep indoors for a price. Ah, we paid them. No. We'll be fine outside. Okay? I'd rather sleep outside anyway. Even with that body, I mean, like, the thing is, like, I know they're like dragons, but like, surely with their condition right now, surely it's a bit different. Well, they sleep outside before and they're not sick or anything, so there's that, I guess. Okay. Right. It's autumn now, but it's still pretty warm. However, please tell me when it's starting to get too cold to remain outside at night, then I can arrange an inn. Not sure where you'll go currently. The garden seems nice, but you could easily get some sleep there. Just don't get into trouble when I'm not around. Can you actually do that? Like, you can get in trouble like that? Ah, like a mother. All cultures may be different, but we do have common sense. His gaze briefly flickered to Kerr as if second-guessing himself. I'll be watching over him anyway. What's that supposed to mean? I went to the lodge with the others and pointed to the second floor where I would be staying. It was essentially like an inn. Sorry, one moment. Something I need to check. Okay. Let's continue. Female knights temporarily staying in Oliver live here. While they remain here, they can do various tasks around the city for money or little rewards. Think of it as training for all the virtues a knight should represent, so they will be honorable and righteous both on the battlefield and while protecting civilians. And of course, you'll help me. You two will be able to learn everything about Heavenkind without it getting too boring. If I didn't become a knight in training, we'd probably just wander aimlessly hoping for something to do, and I don't think Cursed Master will accept that as a meaningful experience.
Of course.
Makes sense. Is this title really that important? Yes! It's just for orally. Yeah, of course it's important if you want to be a knight. Kerr opened his mouth to interject, but seemed to have thought better about it. Instead, he rubbed his temples and exhales loudly. Try to include something more battle-oriented. I don't know if fighting over other Heavenkind would count as an ideal experience. I'll see what I can do. For now, let's get to that altar. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, I'm just checking on my roommate there. I'll see what I can do. For now, let's get to that altar tomorrow and see the marketplace as well. I'm exhausted. So much happened today.
Of course.
Oh, of course. I'll see you in the morning. Thanks. Don't oversleep, Kerr. At least I won't be poked with a stick. As Ilmari headed for the garden, Kerr took a step, then paused before glancing back.
Look,
Yeah? Is this one of you reluctantly admitting something confession again?
Shut up.
Cute. It's okay, Care. It shows I'm understanding you better. Is it about the fight? Yes, might have acted harshly with you when you were obviously feeling down. It's okay, I guess my reaction was little immature. I'm surprised you didn't leave me there. Believe me, the thought crossed my mind, but Ilmari wouldn't have approved.
Oh, sorry about that.
Well, I'm sorry for snapping at you. We do seem to rile each other up. I'll try to be a better friend for you. Friend?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we've already been through so much together. I consider both of you and Ilmari friends. Are you expecting more? Oh, he's blushing. That's so cute. My words seems to have startled him. He awkwardly mumbled a goodbye and departed. Okay. Ah, baby. Yes, that notion never occurred to him. Well, Aurelie, you're not in training now. Time to start acting like one. All of you are babies. In a good way. I said that, but Kara and Ilmari are probably like 1,000 years old, like way older than me. Jumping up, I entered the lodge, eager for the next day and the adventures it would bring. Next chapter? Next chapter. Yeah, one moment. I just realized I haven't saved. Wait a minute. And I think I'm going to take a break for a bit now, so I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. Hello, I am back. Sorry. Yeah, I was pretty sick last week. So like I kinda like need to stop doing a lot of things, and like I haven't been exercising, and that is probably why I'm feeling like this. Please don't be like me. If you can, maybe try to exercise in a like a no. Like maybe try to do exercise often. Thing is like it's not like I can. The thing is like I have very limited energy, so I don't always able to exercise and all. But whenever I can, I try. Usually like at the very least once a week. Thing is I guess it's probably nothing, but like it still helps. But yeah. But I know it's not for everyone. Like there are some conditions where you just can't. So I hope you can take care of your health in a way that works best for you. Okay. Now this is a real cave. Droplets of water echo in the puddles as we walk carefully through the cavern. Kerr led the way happily. You sure? Looks like the last one we were in. Are you kidding? There's more tunnels. Its sediments are mostly limestone and the roof is higher. Ah, someone's picky about their caves. Well, makes sense. I guess like Kerr is an earth dragon. So, honestly makes sense.
Of course.
Leave it to an earth dragon to know his surroundings. I like underwater caves, they make great layers. I see, we're talking about house preferences here. The numerous branching tunnels made me nervous, but my companion seems unfazed by it all. I don't get it. It's like you know where you're going, dragon intuition? Kerr groaned and Ilmari shot me a penitent look. We actually came here earlier, thanks to Heaven's Kind's help. Oh, so much for that promise to not wander off.
I'm sorry.
I know, but Kerr was determined and I didn't want to let him out of my sight. However, Master Bedros wished for him to be accompanied by a Heavenkind at each altar to prove he's not going straight from one cave to another. And not just any Heavenkind, but one that has been there with him the whole time. It's very strict. Wouldn't your word be good enough, Ilmari? You're overseeing the whole thing. No. It sounds like you have no influence here. Something like that. I arched an eyebrow dubiously, but before I could question further, Kerr announced we had arrived. There was a small carved statue of an earth dragon set on a block. Kerr gestured accusingly at it before turning to me. Feh! Did they even try to make impressive ones? Think we would be pleased with this? A life-size one would be more worthy. Go humbly beg for his forgiveness. I gave him a gentle shove and stuck out of my tongue. He glared, but his usual intensity had diminished somewhat. I planned to remain where I was, but I saw Ilmari retreat to give Kerr some space. Not staying?
I'd rather not.
No. I don't want to feel like I'm eavesdropping on a private conversation. I reflected back on the argument at the first altar. It doesn't seem that personal to me, and you can only hear Kerr speak. That did not convince Ilmari, and he walked back until he vanished around the bend. Maybe Ilmari had a point. As I turned.
Whoa.
Hey, where are you going? To give you some privacy? Did you forget already? You have to stay. You're Heavenkind.
Right.
Right. Okay. I shifted my way until I felt comfortable, and I watched Kerr kneel down, then close his eyes to focus. Moments later, his ears perked up. Yes, he's here now. So picky. I have to agree with him, this is very strict. Yes, we left the berry and helped something called a carriage get to Oliver. We were attacked. Heavenkind's fists are pretty useful. I covered my mouth as a smirk at the comment. Oh. From there, Kurt chronicled the sights and sound of the plaza. Heavenkind likes to pretend to do things they actually can't do for the sake of people clapping. They're driven to perform odd things. I feel called out! Like eating fire. Is that even edible? He also mentioned the presence of other dragonkind. He concluded his account and after a few minutes stood up. He placed one hand on his hip and he stared at the statue, deep in thought. When I was sure the conversation was over, I approached him and leaned in. Is that everything? Yeah. Did he say how many altars to visit afterwards? How long is this game? For some reason, I remember playing this game for quite a while. Thankfully, there's only a few left, and there's many around Oliver. So I leave it in your hands to get some interesting night quests. Okay.
Let's do this.
You can count on me. And I think I still owe you a visit to the marketplace. We can restock on some supplies. Yay! We're going shopping. We rejoin Ilmari and return to the bustling market of Central Oliver. What I thought would only take the morning end up going straight to mid-afternoon, given how much we explore all the various shops and stalls. At the end, I was pretty much haggard. I slumped down on the bench between my companions, blankly gazing at the sky. It's like babysitting kids. Overgrown kids. I feel like I just said that one moment ago. Ilmari happily clutches a small glass-blown bubble. He held it up and its transparent blue surface shimmered like waves in the sunlight. Still can't believe you bought me this! I've never had anything Heavenkind made before. How could I not? You were making that face! This one? Oh, it's a cute baby dragon. Sorry. His expression changed, assuming the epitome of sweetness and innocence that had crumbled my defenses before. Wonder if they're actually like babies for Dragon Age. Maybe not baby, but like pretty young, like preteen dragon. Like mid-school age dragon. I don't know. Yes, that one. It's so cute though! Maybe he wasn't so sweet and innocent if he was using that face to have advantage. Yeah. Kerr nonchalantly stuffed his face with various dessert and pastries. Oh man, I wish this is like... This has its own like art for it, but I don't know. They're bound to be fan art somewhere. Kerr nonchalantly stuffed his face with various dessert and pastries. I place a hand over my forehead before sliding it down to my chin in aggravation. I said in a few, not all of them. Now, speaking of pastries, lately I just discovered that like a bakery where I'm from actually like selling this tuna puff pastry, and it's so good. I think I'll get that again next time. At least we found something he likes. I'd prefer it if it was something that wouldn't give him a sugar rush. Kerr pursed his lips but said nothing, since he was still chewing. It's so cute though. Now that we were all settled, I stood out of the stretch, Argent Valere on my mind. I'm going to check the guild and see if there's any postings I can accept for tomorrow. Get something to do with fighting! I'd prefer it was more peaceful one. I'll see what I can do. I can find one that will please you both. I think like if you're in training, like you probably cannot accept things that's too dangerous to, right? But I don't know. I gave them a quick wave, intending not to take long as I headed for the guild. Inside the headquarters, I surveyed the giant board, hoping to find something that would catch my eye. Which one? We can pick this? Which mission should we do? One moment, I wanna read that. Battle tournament. Are you the greatest warrior in the guild? Try and find out. Reward bragging rights. Great. Aphid feathers. I played the lead for a ballet, I think. It's so small. And I simply must have some aphid feathers to adorn my black swan costume. Reward 150 coin. Okay. Aphid, I think we encountered those before. One moment, I'm going to like put this closer to me. My goodness. I know my eyesight is bad, but honey glazed apple tarts. I need 10 jars of honey from Red Bee's Hive for a new recipe I've been developing. Reward free samples. Yeah, no. Go fishing! Sapphire salmon are in season. However, my back is sore and unable to fish. Can you catch 3 for me? Reward 75 coins. Salmon. Save the chickens. My chickens have been disappearing lately. Please find out what is responsible. Reward week supply of eggs. Interesting. Intense rescue mission. I need to find this important person now. Reward 10 coin. Okay. Gather 5 nightshades. I need this completely harmless herb for something not sinister. Hey. Reward 50 coin. Interesting, but probably will get us in trouble. It wasn't just bragging rights though, I mean, come on. This seems okay. This is actually tempting. One moment. Oh, we can actually like. I am a free sample of apple tart. Like this is probably like going to be on the peaceful side, but I think this is something that Care would want to do. Save the chicken. Week supply of eggs. Salmon. I feel like ephemeral feathers, like we've encountered those before, like before we meet Ilmari, so I think I'm going to take this. I think. Since Ilmari banned any requests that involve fighting over their heaven kind, we decided to focus on wildlife. After that rather embarrassing encounter with an ephemeral bag when I couldn't even walk, I decided to get my revenge. Oh, this is a good thing. Nice. It was so bizarre fighting an animal that could usually be crushed under my claws and not immediately eating it either. Punching it out in mid-air was oddly satisfying though, and even our animal could only stand around and gawk or shake their heads. That would look so cool though, like ridiculous, but sure, but pretty awesome. I don't get the appeal of decorating yourself in feathers though. Heavenkind culture makes no sense. Oh, we can get more stuff. No, I don't want to get the one with just bragging reward. This is shady. Like I don't want to involve these two with something shady. I feel like this is like... Okay, I wish I can get rewarded by something more than free samples. I think this is something that Care would like. I think I'm going to get this. That is so cute. As soon as I read this post out loud, Care wouldn't have it any other way. Amazing. Getting the honey from the aggressive bees was impossible. Are you sure they are bees? Maybe in this universe, bees are aggressive. Until I mentioned that bees didn't like smoke and that it will drive them away. Ilmari thought conjuring fog would produce a similar result, but Kerr found out it didn't at all. No, it's different! No, okay. You know what? These dragons probably like they don't feel like it's necessary to like look for honeys. Maybe, I don't know. Luckily, the baker felt so guilty or scared that he doubled the reward for Kerr. Okay, that is good thing actually. I don't know, I feel like just free samples just not enough, but if a double free sample is good enough, I think. Ilmari and I secretly wanted to nibble on the tarts, but decided not to after all. Despite the stings, Kerr was satisfied and claimed it was the best thing he ever tasted. But how many missions can we get, actually? Okay. For some reason, this is fishy in a way that I feel like they're trying to make it seems they're involved in something dangerous, but turns out it's not. But I don't know. I think I'm going to go fishing. Like, I think it's something Ilmari would like. I never had the patience for fishing, and this task nearly took us all day. Oh my god, there is fishing in this game. Nice. While Ilmari watched the bait, Kerr thought it would be hilarious to push him into the river. Oh god, they're like children. We learned that Ilmari couldn't swim in his heavenkind form. And Kerr learned how far Ilmari's neck could extend from shore in dragon form. Ilmari decided it was faster if he just found the fish on his own. I had to shout at him not to bother the boats though. He seems to enjoy his mission a lot. Nice. Do I have to take all of them? Do I have to take all of them? And I find this suspicious, but this is also like, I think like it's like maybe some kid involved in something and like, I feel like, you know what? I really immediately jumped on this one thinking it was a crucial quest. Okay. He was disappointed when it turned out to be a child missing a cat. I knew it. But I'm glad it involved cats. But was determined to help no matter how big or small the task. Look at that! It's a blue cat. Wait a minute. That cat looks familiar. Does it has a suspiciously multi-dimensional pouch on the belly? Anyway, we looked all over Oliver and found the cat stuck in a tree, which Kerr easily retrieved. Yes, I was about to assume he was secretly an animal lover at heart. It scratched him and he returned it to the tree. Aureli ended up saving the cat, since Kerr refused to go near the cat. Okay, I didn't remember this happening. Where's that one more? Something in my face. On my face. Whatever. The child was happy to get his pet back. I find heavenkind attachment to their pets rather fascinating. Okay. I'm glad I took that then. I'm going to save the chicken, I think. Oh, it's so cute! It's so cute, it's so cute, it's so cute! This mission was a rather simple and boring one. All we had to do was mend some holes in the fence that the farmer overlooked. Okay. Ilmari was captivated by the chickens though. He wouldn't stop following them and pestered the tiny yellow things even more. Yellow things! Aura warned him repeatedly, and Ilmari learned that if one annoyed the chicken long enough, they would gang up on you. Was nice to see his curiosity get him into trouble. Heaven can sure keep a lot of animals for food and clothing products. Aura accidentally mentioned a sport called cow tipping and immediately tried out. Kendo! We didn't get our egg reward after that. Care, what the heck? Once again, I scanned the bulletin board, sighing longingly as I gazed at the job posting that only accepted true knights. I wrapped my badge, clearly labeled KIT, wishing it was the official one. Well, can dwell on it now. I need to do a number of missions before they consider me. In the corner of the guild was a group of knights talking quietly amongst themselves. One of them looked at me before he averted his eyes. The girl beside him giggled. Oh dear lord, here we go. I don't like the sound of this, but okay. Kerr, who stood beside me, glared daggers at the group, gritting his teeth menacingly. What are you doing? Stop that. He balked and averted his gaze, but said nothing. His ears twitched. Oh, he can hear what they're saying.
Stay focused.
Yeah. Ah, there's a patrol one. I'm sorry. Are you up for a nice long walk outside the city? I guess. I could ask Ilmari. However, I think he wants to observe the glass blowers again.
Leave it to me.
I'll go.
Thanks.
Thanks. I handed the job posting to the receptionist, who detailed the route and gave me a small map. It's more of a training exercise than a real patrol, but it's something at least. This looks familiar. I rejoined Kerr and we exited the bustling city of Oliver, entering the long, sprawling farmland that extended beyond it. There was a well-worn path, so the map was hardly needed. Kerr and I walked side by side, taking in the scenery. Almost all of the leaves were now a vivid fire of yellow, red, and orange. Orange? Why did I pronounce orange like that? Can't believe it was summer when we left Barry. So much has happened, don't you think? When we first met, you barely talked to me. I'm glad it's different now. Or not. I took a wide step forward and turned around, causing him to halt. I stared at him dubiously. What is it? You sulk a lot. But now you're sulking while deep in thought. That's not like you. Outwitted, what's on your mind?
Look,
How do you handle it? Handle what? What people have been saying about you? Well, I don't hear it directly a lot. You have better hearings than I do. They say you've used your mother's name to get where you are, that you're nothing like her, and that you'll never live up to Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I imagined, but no, nothing new. Thank you, Kerr. I really needed to be reminded. What made you want to walk the same path you did anyway? What do you want to become a knight so badly? Finally, the question both boys had avoided asking me directly. I inhaled deeply as I prepared my meaningful and profound answer. Well, you see, knights are so cool, and they have sword and shiny armor and stuff, and everyone looks up to them. They always do the honorable thing, right wrongs and stop evil in its track, and they help people with their problems. They fight off all kind of monsters, slay dragons, and wait, what? Wait, we slay dragons? Eh? But they're dragon. And rescue fair maidens unless in distress. About that last part where I fall in love with the knights, and knights sigh and do. I'm sorry, but my heart belongs to the path of justice and righteousness. Oh, Lady Knight, they cry. Then take my rose as a symbol of. I get it. See? I practically bounced off my heels, gazing up at Curry elatedly. That's why I want to be one so bad. What kind of novels you've been reading, ma'am? Oh boy. Aren't you doing most of that already? Well, besides slaying dragons and leaving behind a trail of broken hearts. Sorry. I guess so, but I want the title too. I want it to be official, recognized by the Sun and Moon Council. What about you? Aren't there any dreams you're chasing? It seems like the free-spirited types. That's because I am. He stretched his arm up, then sat back on the grass. At first I was going to chat him for taking a break during a patrol, but I decided a few minutes of rest was acceptable. Rest is important, everyone! Do not overwork yourself! I sat next to him. I'm not up for this knowledge keeper business. I hate it, but my master insists. Knowledge keeper? Really? You spent all this time with us and you still know nothing about dragonkind. Excuse me, mister! Hey, you never tell me stuff. And Ilmari, well, you know Ilmari. I feel like if you ask nicely, Ilmari will tell you. Moments. I think after this chapter I'm going to wrap it up. Always goes back to Heavenkind talk. Dragons have a long history, and we record everything orally. Everything we know is passed down to a dragon called a knowledge keeper, who will specialize in something. Ah, I see. Because you don't have written language. Interesting. What will happen if... What will happen if, like, we teach them how to write? Like, I wonder if it's like, I wonder if it's acceptable or they will consider it blasphemous. There is that possibility too. Could be plants, animal, traditional stories, important events. He sighed in defeat and propped up an elbow, nestling his chin in his palm. It's boring. Yeah, well. Tucking my knees up, I hugged them and leaned in to get a good look at his face. He peered back at me impassively. I don't have the concentration or focus to retain all that knowledge. When I was younger, they thought I'd be good at it, and my master picked me. Obviously not, so I find it easier to stop caring at this point. If I don't care, they don't care. Doesn't seem to work on Master Bedros though. Bedros? Wonder what he even see in me at this point. How do you do it with all those expectations placed on you? Honestly, I've been alive for a while and like I still can handle expectations, so like. But then again, I would only just start hurting, so maybe that. Me, not sure either. This is the first time I've considered my mom's name a burden more than a help. I guess I just accept it. I know I won't ever live up to her legacy and people perceive that. I can't force someone to see me only for me. Man, that hurts. But it's also right, that people's perception is something you cannot control. However, I have support from my family, the people in Barry, and of course you guys. They love me for who I am, and they're the ones that matter. Yeah. So, Kerr, how do you feel me? As Aura Lee or a pale imitation of Lady Bayard? Why are you asking me? I don't know enough about your mom's legacy to compare you to. You're doing fine. Think you're a good knight in your own right. Not in training, but thanks. I'll never end up slaying a dragon though. Yeah. Oh, how often you annoy me, I could cross that off my knight accomplishment list pretty easily. Totally do not kill the baby. Please. Please, even in this form I can take you on. Are we going to battle? challenge? He stood up and bared his teeth, widening his stance. Okay.
Bring it.
Okay, here we go. I sigh, wondering if it's just a good idea, but also got up. I wiped the grass off my skirt and touched my sword hilt. Oh, what's this? Relying on a weapon. I am unarmed, this is hardly fair. You know I'm not good with hand-to-hand combat. Oh, this is going so well already. His taunting smirk though caused me to toss my scabbard aside impetuously. Amazing. This is a stupid idea, but sure. I bend my knees and clench my fists, wondering how to start a fight. So do we count to 3 or do we just wait to— Oh dear. Before I could finish my sentence, Kerr rammed into me, tackling me to the ground. Oh my. The wind was knocked out of me as he pinned my shoulders. I glowered at him. Okay, well, that is fast. Hey, I wasn't done talking! I closed my eyes and took a deep breath, trying to concentrate.
Whoa.
What are you doing? I opened my eye. One eye! Something I should have done before. Feeling my strength increase, I effortlessly pushed him off. He got in surprise. Oh my! I rolled over him, so I now straddled him with his arm held down. Oh dear. This is a safe for work game, isn't it? I smirked victoriously.
They did it!
Too easy! Ah! Another tussle and he loomed over me again, his long hair grazing my cheek.
Bring it.
If I was in my true form, you would have been crushed under my foot. That is true. I wrestled him, slamming him down so I was on top of him again. Even in your dragon form, if I had my sword, I'd do the skewered you dozen times. Please, it feels like splinters. Hey, splinters hurt a lot. Have you ever got— Wah! We rotated again, and this time he pinned my wrist, unable to wriggle out of his grip. I sighed and rested my head on the grass as my little focus spell faded. Imagine someone actually just walked and saw this. If Kurt's body was that of a normal heaven kind, I would have stood a better chance. Okay, you win. Only because I wasn't allowed my sword. No, you decided to toss it away. Right. Whatever makes you sleep soundly at night. Get off me! His grasp on me loosened, but he did not budge. Instead, his eyes examined me intensely before lingering over my neck. Oh dear. He inched closer, and I panicked, shaking my head frantically. Wait, don't take a bite out of me! I already said you won! What are you trying to do now? Oh dear lord. I struggled and he hastily let go, rolling off me. Thank goodness. Thank you, game! Thank you for keeping this relatively family friendly. One moment. Okay. I think the downside of me streaming this hour is like I will often need to check things in between. Like the reason why I stream late at that is because like I can go usually like relatively undisturbed. But I think like I have like after I actually allow myself to take a break once in a while, it feels nicer for me. Okay. Phew. That was invading some serious personal space there. What did my mom tell me to do when man got that close to me? Wait, I didn't have my sword on me, so her advice would have been useless. Oh, he's blushing. I rubbed my neck self-consciously as I sat up while Kerr angled his body away. After retrieving my scabbard, I noticed that Kerr paced around impatiently. I agreed. We've rested enough. Let's finish this patrol and go home. You okay? I just realized what you've done and now you're flustered. Baby. Kerr? Yeah. Sure. He rubbed his forehead as if contemplating something. I didn't comment since I knew he would insist it was nothing and refused to answer. Instead, I gave him a friendly slap to the shoulder to help him focus on the task ahead. Let us go! You can tell your master that heaven kind like long pointless walks afterwards. He mustered a weak smile but said nothing. We finished the patrol and I reported it to the receptionist. Her remained taciturn the whole time and barely said a word when we parted. I wonder if it's something I said, or maybe he finds patrol utterly boring. No, that's not it, but yeah, it's not like you will be able to tell. Okay. Chapter 7, The Bond We Share. Okay, I'm going to save here. For now. I think I'm going to save here. You saw arthritis, yes. And I think I'm going to wrap it up here for now. So we will continue again next week. I still haven't decided on what game I should play next week. I mean, beside this. So yeah, I hope you look forward to it. So one moment. Okay, that's all I need to say actually. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this out now so I can take a break. So I hope you can get some rest as well. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy it and I hope to see you soon in the next stream.